SheetRocks is a full spreadsheet built within Salesforce. So first, you load up a workbook, you change a cell, whether it's in a link sheet or a blank sheet, you change a cell. What happens in Salesforce? Nothing. So we don't instantly commit data. The idea is the SheetRocks session that you're in is kind of a draft. In order to save data back to Salesforce, you need to be on a link sheet, and then you click sync, and then it'll save the data that you changed. Other people cannot modify that template, so it becomes just for you. Can we work with a lot of rows at once? Yes, absolutely. SheetRocks supports up to 10,000 rows, and we support it all in a traditional spreadsheet style, so you can easily scroll and do Control F through all of those rows. It's really, really far above the kind of standard list view capabilities. It's getting close to what typically do with a data loader kind of workflow. The advantage of obviously SheetRocks is it's way more user-friendly than a data loader workflow. Can we save layouts as templates and reuse them? Absolutely. So yeah, when you first land on the app page, you're just in a blank workbook view. You build out whatever you want, and then if you publish it as a template, then it just becomes available to the whole org. If you're an admin and you don't want anybody publishing templates, yeah, you can disable that as a flag when you're setting up the component. So if you have a user workflow and you don't want them like accidentally publishing random templates that confuse people, you can disable that. But the kind of standard admin view, anyone can publish a template, and then they become the owner of that template, and they can make updates to it. Sheet or row size we should know about. Yeah, as I mentioned, 10,000 rows is the limit, so we do enforce that. I think the idea is you know, for a given workflow, you'd modify your SOQL statement so that whatever you're interested in should hopefully fit within that 10,000 rows. I think the most basic case of SheetRocks is you have one object. That one object is supported by a single linked sheet. You query that data. There's a set of fields. You can update it, read it, delete it. You know, that's the most basic CRUD example. And then there's like layers of things that you can add to that. The next obvious kind of thing to add is, all right, well, if you have, for example, if you have a sheet and you want to be able to set users or contacts, you have a second sheet that's kind of supporting that, where you fetch all the users or all the relevant users, and then you can zip those up into a drop-down formula in your main sheet, so you can collect among the available users in your kind of main sheet. So that's kind of our model for setting like relational data, is you kind of pull the data in as separate sheets. Then you can zip up whatever data you need as a drop-down with our tags formula. That works well. That was kind of the next level of like, okay, you have kind of one main thing you care about, maybe, you know, 3 to 7 things that are kind of supporting that. One hack we added, so there's also a special formula where you just type in, it's not real SOQL, even though it kind of looks like real SOQL. You just say select star from pick lists, and we kind of magically recognize that as like, oh, we just need to go get all the pick lists in the org, and that'll fetch the latest version of all the pick lists, and then you can then use that to basically make sure that all your drop downs that are fetched with data, that all the pick list data is fresh, and you don't have to kind of manually create that and keep it updated.